Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we're doing Larry Bird 50 Greatest Moments. And it says 1080p, so I'm pretty sure this should be good. But yeah, man, let's get straight into this Larry Bird, man. You know, I keep it short and sweet. Subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, and let's get straight into the video, man. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for real, from the bottom of my heart, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. But yeah, you know, we get straight into it, man. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get it.
We have Larry Bird come in.
Oh yeah, so it's probably gonna be a part 2 because it's 47 minutes, so probably almost like it be a part 2 of this. But let's get it.
So our first camp, and I'm looking at Larry Bird like, just a white guy, coming out to play. So I was guarding him, and he's about 15 feet away, and bam, here comes one jump shot. Yeah, I better step up a little bit. Bam. By the time I get through guarding him, he's out about 25 feet, still raining down jump shots. I'm thinking all of a sudden, damn, this white guy can play.
Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
This was the smartest guy in the world of basketball.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma.
The essence of Larry Bird, in one word, is toughness.
How many times does he drive that spike through your heart with shots like this?
He was just a phenomenal teammate who could do anything and everything by himself, but always in the framework of the team.
Bird goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird did it again! He did it again!
You look at people like MacArthur, who the war happens, and General Patton, there's a war for them to shine in. Larry was born to play basketball.
Now there's a steal by Bird! Underneath the DJ, lays it in! What a play by Bird! Bird stole the inbounding pass! And oh my, this place is going crazy!
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Rick Kamla. As Larry Bird turns 50, we thought it was only fitting to come to Boston to honor the legend. So for the next hour, we are bringing you a collection of plays, anecdotes, and memories as we count down the top 50 moments of Larry's career with the Celtics. Bird left Boston in 1992 after 13 years of glory. But when he arrived here in 1979, Red Auerbach Celtics were down and out and looking for a savior.
Everything's starting to fall into place. I hope you all realize this. We got Larry, one or two little moves, and we're ready to go.
First game, I just remember so vividly that they announced Larry Bird's name, and somebody from one of the top tiers threw out a dove.
All of a sudden, the bird just flew across the garden. Because, oh my gosh, how ironic is that? There's a symbol there.
Henderson broke it. There's Bird again. Larry Bird with a steal. Henderson back to Bird. Beautiful. Bird, little fake down the lane. Oh, Larry Bird!
It was as if I was a college student who had signed up for the big art class, and in came the new professor, Michelangelo.
Although he's still going for those fakes. Whoa! Bird! Save that one, guys.
How did he make that?
To their advantage, Bird on the drive, slapped away by Vincent. Bird gets it back. Saves it. Nice pass to Maxwell. What a play.
He didn't have to be blazing fast, and he didn't have to jump over the roof to get his point across.
Robinson the board, and the Bullets can take the lead. Bird the steal. Takes it himself for two. What a play by Bird.
They never gave up on any play. And not to mention all that hustle made up for just how slow he was.
Hale charged for it. He goes down. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball and gets it to McHale.
He had to dive, he dove. He had to crash, he crashed. But one thing I think that separated him in our minds as we watched this develop was his passing. It was just extraordinary.
Quick up now to Bird on the left side. Bird goes behind the down the lane, dumped it over the shoulder to Perry, six-footer, good! Oh!
The one that first got people's real attention was the backward tip of the long offensive rebound in the All-Star game.
Bird comes out on the move, dishes to Malone. Malone comes up, stayed with it, Sigma with a hand. Tapped it back to Gervin. I don't believe he saw George Gervin.
No-look passes, the passes that he threw the ball there and there wasn't anybody there, but all of a sudden there was somebody there.
Oh, Bird to Maxwell. Oh, we got to see that one again.
When I first got to Boston, I called my friends back home and I said, hey, you gotta see this Bird guy. He's like phenomenal.
They clear aside for Larry. Bird. Great pass. McHale for two.
Hitting with passes that I've never seen people throw before.
Won't go. Bird the rebound. Over his head to McHale. What a play by Bird.
I saw him get a rebound and make a pass.
And it's just so nice to see like how it's clear. You know, I'm not saying other ones wasn't, but this is like real clips you can really see clear, so it just makes it so much better, man. This is crazy. It never gets old to me, man.
I go, oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Kellogg shoots and is short with it and hard, and the rebound to Bird. Look at that pass. Oh, what a show. Great play. Oh, what a show. Forget about it.
He would just flick it or tap it or bounce it to a teammate without even catching it.
Danny's left open, looking for three. Bounce, Bird. Nice tip to McHale. What a play. Long pass to Bird. Oh, what a pass to Parrish.
At least 5,000 points that I got from Larry.
Celtics looking to just isolate Bird. Oh, my goodness. How did he do that?
Larry Bird is the greatest passing forward in the history of the NBA. There's no second place, there's no third place. It's just others receiving votes.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma. Oh!
You got to have a lot of cojones to make a pass like that in the heat of the game.
I was getting ready to start a game and get up to the jump ball, and Larry said, you know, just out of the blue, he goes, go ahead, Kevin, tell Elvin Hayes what you told me. And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, go ahead and tell him, like, you said you were going to kick his ass. And I'm like, oh, man. And Elvin Hayes is looking at me. Well, at that point, it was hard to say, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But, you know, Larry just got stuff started up. Larry is a funny guy.
If you ask Larry's teammates, they'll tell you that he might have been slow of foot, but he had a quick wit and was not afraid to show it off. And for Celtic fans, reading about Larry's exploits in the Boston Herald had become a happy ritual. Part of the fun was that he would say almost anything, and then he'd always find a way to back it up.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
Some pure trash talking and just general bravado. And the theatrics of it all was made for Larry.
And Larry would back up his boast by not only winning the contest, but blowing away the competition with a phenomenal shooting display.
That check's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out.
He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him.
Come on, Dave.
Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to be 15.
That's 8, make it 9, and 10, and 11 as we're counting.
13. He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo! Larry Bird at the buzzer.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He felt control, like a conductor, like a maestro.
Now they clear aside for Larry. Fakes it. Bird.
He passed it off the backboard to himself.
This guy was going to do one thing almost every night that really spun your head around, made you do like a Lyndon Blair. You just couldn't believe this was happening.
Bird to Vincent to Bird. Over the backboard! Oh! I don't believe it.
He was playing chess and everybody else was playing checkers. He was 3 moves ahead of everybody else. And you never knew what he was going to do, but you knew it was going to be something special.
Bird steals it. You can see it coming, and look at the pass to McHale.
Isn't that beautiful?
He would do a head fake, or he would do this, and the guy would turn, and he would just fake the crap out of guys.
I never saw that one. Oh, I'm so glad I got this video. I never saw that one.
Knew it was going to be something special.
Bird steals it. You can see it coming, and look at the pass to McHale.
Isn't that beautiful?
He would do a head fake, or he would do this, and the guy would turn, and he would just fake the crap out of guys.
There's the play of the game, right there.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, you know, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. You know, he needed those kind of challenges.
Bird with the step.
One of the great fourth quarters in NBA playoff history, Game 7 against Detroit in 1987. Larry Bird suddenly, for no explicable reason, decided to bank in a left-hand 15-footer.
Larry Bird, I don't believe that, John. Well.
And I can tell you, talking about Magic Johnson, and that the Lakers were watching that game. This guy just about fell off the chair, you know, just laughing. And I asked him about it. It was just because. He was amusing himself in a playoff game.
Larry was a basketball genius who had a mask of a hick from Finch Lick out as his calling card. And if you believe that for 1 second, you were going to get beat.
Larry Bird with a big steal. They're trying to call timeout. It is over. The Boston Celtics have won as Larry Bird comes up with the big three at the end. Going on to the championship with the NBA.
I remember the time when Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone. I guess the two-pointer was too close.
When he runs by the bench, he goes, that's a heat check. Just see how hot I am. All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me? He goes, well, nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Boston likes to think of itself as a tough, blue-collar city, and Larry Bird was as tough as they came. The legendary Red Auerbach used to say, Larry didn't come to play, he came to win. And if you saw Bird play with the game on the line, you knew exactly what Red meant.
9 seconds to go. This is it. You can count it down with me. Bird inbounds. It comes to Maxwell. Max puts it on the floor. We're down to 6. Bird in the corner. Double fake. Jumper. Score.
He wasn't out to play basketball for the money. He was out there to step up and win and look in your eyes and say to you, you can't beat me.
They clear it out of it for John. Larry tries to fight his way through with Barkley all over. They're not going to call a foul. It goes to Bird. He's open. Got it at the buzzer. Oh! Well, we wondered if he had the magic again. There it was.
He had unshakable confidence. If he can get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
2-point Maverick lead.
Bird's the man they want to have it. Yes, indeed.
Bird for 3. Yes! Larry Bird for 3. Celtics lead it by 1. What can you say about Larry Bird?
Imagine the arrogance, the wonderful arrogance of a man who needs 2 to tie or 3 to win and says, let's roll the dice.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot, and I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball. Yeah.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by a 1. Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot in the Celtics winner. Boy, this is something else. Incredible. And Bird wins it at the buzzer.
How many people you know would talk to the other team like this and say, I'm going to stick it in your face?
3-point, Portland leads. 7 and 2/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird. Drexler all over. He fires. It's a three-pointer, and he's tied the game.
Oh man, Larry was so confident, so extremely confident.
All right, here we go. 15 seconds left in regulation. Bird's three-pointer, no. Rebound tipped out deep. Ray Williams has it. Williams to Bird again. Up fakes. Fires another three-pointer.
Oh! Ties it up. 113 to 113 with 5 seconds left to play.
Larry said, "You guys want to win the game?" Everybody said, "Sure. Yeah, absolutely." He goes, "Give me the ball and get out of the way."
Bird pops out, gets it on the sideline, goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird did it again! He did it again!
There's nobody better with a game on the line. Maybe nobody better ever.
I remember in particular one where I had to make a pass in from Phoenix, and the Suns crowd was going wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good! Bird hits and the Celtics win it!
As soon as Larry let it go, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Bird hits and the Celtics win it! The three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer!
You could have heard a mouse pee on cotton in that building. It got that quiet all of a sudden.
Was under 10 seconds. And we came back out of the timeout. Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, X, and I'm going to shoot it in your blinking face. And I was like, well, I'll be right here waiting on you, too.
Let's see if they wind it all the way down. Bird hits the hoop. What a shot by Larry Bird.
He hit it and looked at me, and he was like, damn. I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock. And I just looked at him and said, oh, conceited bastard.
The greatest buzzer beater of them all was against Portland on a Sunday afternoon in Boston.
DJ again to make the inbounds pass. The double team in Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
Hits it at the buzzer. All right.
It was just an impossible shot. When you looked at it, he was behind the backboard. I mean, just had no business getting to the rim, let alone going in.
Quinn Buckner and ML are embracing him, and it was like they'd won the championship. It was a great buzzer beater.
Ball game's over. Boston wins.
We'd won the game, and he'd won it in almost spectacular fashion, which Larry could do. I said, Larry, how do you make all those shots? Just like that. He said, I do all that all the time.
When we came in Boston Garden, we used to practice in the morning. Larry Bird would be up top, running around the gym, upstairs.
He used to come into the old Boston Garden about 3:30 in the afternoon for a 7 o'clock game, and you'd eventually start to hear the pounding of a ball, of a single basketball hitting the court. And there was Larry out there by himself shooting.
I remember Bill Fitch used to say, you know, Kevin McHale, well, you can be like Larry. And Kevin goes, oh, I got another life. Because Larry slept it, ate it, drank it, it was all basketball for him.
From the moment he came into the league, Larry's legend began to grow, doing things on the court that nobody had ever seen before. And when the fans went to Boston Garden, it was like they were going to see just how far Bird could push his talents. And they usually found out that it was pretty far.
They needed 3 to win it, and I got to play Larry. So I'm down in the post knowing that he's going to come off of a pick. So I'm holding his jersey, and I'm doing everything I can to block his path, whatever I could do to stop him from getting an open shot.
Larry Bird with a big three-point bomb.
Once the shot was airborne, I just knew it was going in. That's the nightmare that you have when you know a player like Larry Bird has an opportunity to get a shot off.
Bird's clutch three had given Boston the lead in the final moments, but Magic Johnson quickly snatched it back.
9 seconds to go. Magic with a big shot, scores with 2. And the Celtics
there were still 2 seconds left for Larry to work his own magic.
He slid down to the corner, caught the ball, and just turned and shot the ball right in front of me.
Bird fires it. And the Lakers have won.
It was gripping basketball theater, and even though Larry missed this time, the moment still left a vivid impression on his opponents.
He looked at me. He said, "How could you leave me that wide open, coach?" You know, and you are lucky. You dodged the big-time bullet.
I still have nightmares of that shot. What if?
The one thing I wish could happen tonight is my mother to be here, because I know she's very proud looking down. She always told me, for a blonde-headed, snotty-nosed kid, you did very well, Larry. I'm very proud of you. But thank you very much. I'm so thrilled and so honored to be here tonight. God bless each and every one of you.
Here's a guy who epitomizes what the Hall of Fame is about. Someone who has made and changed history. And to be there that night, it touched me. Larry said that he always felt that if you weren't on the Boston Celtics, you never really knew what it was like to be in the NBA.
Kevin McHale on the 3rd of March, 1985, had a 56-point game against the Pistons on Sunday afternoon in Boston. And Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, you should have kept going, because that may not last. Hell, it was a week or 10 days later, we're down in New Orleans, and he just got on fire.
Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. Larry Bird is just unconscious. They open the right side. Bird the follow away. He drills it again. You're seeing a greater performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird.
Larry, that game was unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Dominique guarded him. Cliff guarded him. Antoine Carr guarded him. I guarded him. Nothing worked.
Dennis Johnson, a lead for Bird. They want him to keep scoring, too. Bird takes the jumper and hits it again.
He makes a jump shot, and the Atlantic players are high-fiving each other like, man, this guy's so hot.
Bird has 54. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot. Oh, boy.
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap. You know, and he faded away, hit the shot, and fell into our trainer's lap.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole. Larry Bird. What more can you say? Larry Bird, Larry Bird.
Guys have scored 60 points before, but the way he was getting those 60, falling down, falling out of bounds, I mean, it was incredible.
With 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
In his very first NBA Finals game, Larry Bird would add to Celtic lore and give the basketball world one of its most shocking and spectacular highlights.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
His body was behind the basket, and he released that left-handed shot. And you say, man, did he really do that out there?
Bird, tremendous instinct for the offensive board that time.
That was luck, but it went in though, didn't it? That's Larry.
We closed it down in Houston. And, it was a great moment to be part of a world championship team. And it was a team. Larry, as tremendous a player he was individually, it was a team. And he made us all better players.
For Larry Bird to win his first championship and for a lot of guys to win their first championships was great.
It's all over. The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship in 1981, and they have become the 14th flag winners for the Boston Garden.
This is a very big one for us. We practiced awful hard this year. We stuck together. When going got tough, we came through. They came back on us, but not good enough.
But before Bird Celtics could celebrate that title, they would have to overcome a seemingly insurmountable 3-1 deficit against Julius Erving and the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They had been in the identical position the year before, and Philly had come into Boston and closed them out in the 5th game.
But facing elimination, Larry and the Celtics refused to lose.
reason why we was able to come back from being down 3-1 because of Larry. He never for 1 second let us believe that we could not win that series.
And then we get this extraordinarily dramatic and emotional Game 7. With 5 and change to go, Philadelphia's leading by 9. And the Celtics really looked dead in the water.
The last 5 minutes of that game, the referees just put their whistles in their pockets and said, you know, unless I see blood, I'm not calling anything.
Darryl Dawkins is...
Yeah, see, that's how it was back in the day, man. They let you do everything, fight, tussle, all of that. You can't do that nowadays, man. It's crazy.
Absolutely and positively mauled by 3 different Celtics as he goes to the basket. No call. Bird comes out with the rebound, dribbles down the left side of the court, and decides to do something he didn't do very often. Bank it.
Bird's coming to the left. Stop and pop off the glass. It's gone. Austin leads 91-89.
That was typical Larry, rising to the occasion and wanting to take that big shot. That put us into the finals. It was just another great moment, and to be part of it, it was a very special time and place.
Game 6, Boston versus Houston, 1986. The fans were in the building, in their seats, all 15,000 of them, chanting, Larry, 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 MVP, MVP. Comes back in the locker room before the game and he says, guys, the fans, they're in their seats and they want blood. Right now, they want the blood of the Houston Rockets. But if we don't deliver today, they're going to want our blood. So let's get going here.
Birds carries out the game plan. And the Rockets want to know what hit him.
And then Larry went out and painted the ultimate Bird masterpiece.
Bird's been marvelous. How's that?
Larry Bird was so hot that day, he would take the ball and dribble out to the three-point line and hit fadeaway threes as he runs back down the court. We are the champions.
Bird goes in a three-point land. He makes it a 28-point lead. Pandemonium loose in this garden. Pandemonium right now.
One thing we did this year is play hard. We knew we had a lot of talent, but we came to play every night. And in the game today, we knew we had it because it was very aggressive and took the game right away from them.
All right, y'all, I'm in there right here. We're going to definitely look out for that part 2. Part 2 is definitely coming. But, yeah, man, this is nice, man. I'm so glad I'm finding these kind of videos, man. I love these, like, interviews and things. Not interviews, but y'all know, like, these little documentaries they little put together and stuff. These joints is crazy. I know some of these clips we saw, but they never get old, man. Never gets old. And there was some clips in here I didn't see either. Like, that's crazy. That's why I love doing these videos, man. But yeah, man, y'all know I keep it short and sweet. I'm out of this joint. I'm on to the next video. Definitely look out for part 2. That's definitely coming right after this. But yeah, man, that's about it. And I'm out. Love y'all. Peace.